Picture this, it's 11 p.m. You're starving. You open the fridge and spot that yogurt you bought last week. Your hand reaches for it, then stops. You see those tiny numbers stamped on the lid. Best by March 15th. Today is March 17th. Your brain goes into overdrive. Will I get food poisoning? Is this safe? Should I risk it? So you sigh, toss it in the trash, and grab your phone to order takeout. Stop. You know what you just threw away? Not expired yogurt? Your money. Listen up, because I'm about to tell you something that might make you want to scream. Those expiration dates printed on food? Most of them are complete nonsense. Yeah, you heard me right. In the United States, land of regulations for literally everything, there's no federal law requiring expiration dates on most foods. Zero. Nada. None. Except for infant formula. Everything else? Companies can print whatever date they want. Some companies run tests. Some use complex models. And some? They literally just pick a date, like throwing a dart at a calendar. Not random. Let me do the math for you. Studies show that 90% of Americans throw away food prematurely because they misunderstand expiration dates. How much does the average family waste per year? $1,500. $1,500, people. That's a PlayStation 5, a vacation. 6 months of Netflix straight into your trash can. Nationwide? Americans waste $218 billion worth of food every year. But here's the craziest part. The system is designed this way on purpose. Okay, time to play detective. You open your fridge and see all these different date labels. But, best by, use by, expires on. Are they the same thing? Absolutely not. But get this, even manufacturers don't have a standardized definition. Let me translate this corporate gibberish for you. Sell by date. This is written for the grocery store employee, not you. It means, hey store manager, move this product off the shelf by this date. But the food itself? Usually good for days or even weeks after. It's like the GPS instructions for delivery drivers. You're not supposed to be reading it. Best by date. Oh, this one's hilarious. It refers to peak quality, not safety. Translation: after this date, your chips might be slightly less crispy. Less crispy does not equal poisonous. Use by date, the manufacturer's suggestion for when to consume the product for optimal experience. Notice that word? Experience. Not safety. Experience. Like your phone after the warranty expires still works fine. Expires on date sounds scary, right? Truth bomb. Except for baby formula and certain medications, these dates are still mostly about quality. The FDA doesn't require them. The USDA doesn't enforce them. They exist in this legal gray zone specifically designed to make you throw things out and buy more. The only reason they're printed? To make you come back to the store sooner. So how do we end up in this mess? Let's hop in the time machine and go back to the early 20th century. The Industrial Revolution transformed food production. For the first time ever, people were eating food made hundreds of miles away by complete strangers. Naturally, folks were worried, is this safe? How old is this? Who made it? But here's the problem. There was no standardized freshness tracking system. Some companies used cryptic codes. Others used nothing at all. Total chaos. Fast forward to the 1970s, the era of consumer activism. People took to the streets demanding transparency. Tell us what we're eating. When was it made? So how did the food industry respond? They let every company create their own system. Why? Because 1970s America believed in one thing. Deregulation. Free market above all. The result? The first major retailer to use sell-by dates was actually Marks and Spencer in the UK back in the 1950s. They just wanted to manage inventory and reduce in-store waste. It was an internal logistics tool. But when customers saw the dates, they thought, oh, this must be when the food goes bad. And companies realized this misunderstanding was incredibly profitable. Look, I'm not saying there's a smoke-filled room where big food executives plot to scam you. But I am saying the entire system's incentive structure is designed to keep you confused, wasteful, and buying more. This is planned obsolescence for your pantry. You know how tech companies used to slow down old phones? Food companies do the same thing. Here's their logic. If they print best by March 1st and someone gets sick on March 15th, even if it's completely unrelated, they can say, see? It was past the date. Not our fault. It's legal protection disguised as consumer information. And here's the kicker. When companies do tests for shelf life, what are they testing? Quality degradation, not safety. They're asking, when did these chips lose their crunch? When does this soda go flat? Then they add a massive safety buffer and slap on a date that protects their brand image. Here's something even wilder. The same product can have different dates in different states, because there's no federal standard. Montana requires one thing, California another. Companies play this regulatory Tetris game, and you're the one losing. Okay, enough conspiracy talk. Let's talk real science. Because here's what the FDA, USDA, and actual food safety experts say about when food spoils. Food spoilage happens through three main mechanisms. 1. Bacterial growth. 2. Chemical reactions. 3. Physical changes. But here's the key, these processes don't run on a schedule. Bacteria don't have calendars. They don't wait until March 15th to suddenly start multiplying like crazy. Food safety depends on storage conditions, temperature, air exposure, the food's initial bacterial load, not some arbitrary printed date. The USDA's guideline is simple. Keep your fridge at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius or below. At this temperature, bacterial growth slows dramatically. Most foodborne illnesses come from temperature abuse, leaving food in the danger zone between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, not from eating something past its printed date. Here's another truth bomb. Processed foods last way longer than their dates suggest. That can of beans, the pasta, the cereal, they're either loaded with preservatives or naturally shelf-stable. A USDA study found that canned goods remain safe indefinitely if the can isn't damaged, though quality might decline after a few years. Let me give you some real numbers. Eggs, safe 3-5 weeks after purchase. The sell-by date is usually weeks earlier. Milk, usually good a week past the date if refrigerated properly. Yogurt, can last 1 to 2 weeks past its date. Hard cheese, literally months past the date if you cut off any mold. Dry pasta, safe for years past the date. And then there's honey. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that was still perfectly edible. Honey doesn't expire, ever, but companies still print dates on it. Why? Because if there's blank space on the label, marketing says fill it. So what's the solution? It's been inside you all along, literally. Your senses are the most sophisticated food safety detection system ever created. Humans survived 300,000 years by using sight, smell, and taste to judge if food was safe. That ancient wisdom didn't disappear just because we invented barcodes. Test number 1. The visual check. Look at your food. Visible mold? Weird discoloration? Slimy where it shouldn't be? If it looks wrong, it is wrong. Fresh lettuce turning brown? Bacteria at work. Meat turning from red to gray? Oxidation and potential spoilage. Your eyes are chemical detectors, use them. Test number 2, the smell test. This is your superpower. The human nose can detect volatile organic compounds produced by bacterial decomposition at concentrations as low as parts per billion. That sour milk smell? Lactic acid from bacteria. That sulfurous rotten egg odor? Hydrogen sulfide from decomposition. If it smells off, it is off. Trust your nose, it's been vetted by millennia of evolution. Test number 3, the taste test. Now, I'm no doctor, but here's the safe way to do this. If it passes visual and smell tests, but you're still unsure, take a tiny taste. Not a full bite, just touch your tongue to it. Your taste buds can instantly detect spoilage compounds. Sour when it shouldn't be, weird bitter notes, fizzy when it should be smooth. Spit it out. Your body is telling you something. Let me give you a practical framework. Foods fall into categories. High-risk raw meats, seafood, deli meats, soft cheeses, cut fruits. These do need attention. Use within days or freeze them. Medium-risk milk, eggs, yogurt, hard cheeses can usually go a week or more past dates if stored properly. Low-risk dry goods, canned items, unopened condiments, honey, vinegar. These are basically immortal. The dates are fairy tales. And here's your ultimate life hack. The freezer is a time machine. That meat about to hit its use-by date? Freeze it. You just extended its life by months. Bread going stale? Freeze it. Milk about to turn? Freeze it in ice cube trays for coffee. The freezer doesn't care about printed dates. It cares about temperature. At 0 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 18 degrees Celsius, bacterial growth stops almost completely. Your new life rules. Rule number 1. Ignore dates. Start with the sensory test. Rule number 2. Keep your fridge at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Buy a thermometer if you don't have one. Rule number 3. Store foods properly. Airtight containers. Proper refrigeration. Separate raw meat. Rule number 4. When in doubt, freeze it out. Rule number 5. Trust your body. It's smarter than a printing press. The bigger picture. This isn't just about money. Now let's zoom out. Because this isn't just about saving $1,500 a year. Though that's pretty sweet. This is about the planet. Global food waste accounts for 8 to 10% of all greenhouse gas emissions. If food waste were a country, it would be the third largest emitter after China and the US. We produce enough food to feed 10 billion people. Yet 800 million go hungry while we throw away 1.3 billion tons of food every year. And date labels are accomplices. A 2019 study found 84% of consumers discard food near the package date occasionally. 37% always do, regardless of the food's actual condition. We're solving world hunger, climate change, and our wallets all wrong. Because we've been trained to trust a printer more than our own senses. Every pound of food waste represents wasted water to grow it, wasted energy to transport it, wasted land to produce it, methane emissions when it rots in landfills. It's an environmental catastrophe wrapped in a consumer convenience lie. But here's the good news, you have power. Every time you smell that yogurt instead of tossing it, you're voting with your senses. Every time you freeze instead of waste, you're striking back against corporate manipulation. Change happens one fridge at a time. Next time you're standing in front of your fridge, remember this. You are not bound by those dates. You are smarter than a label. You have 300,000 years of evolutionary wisdom in your DNA. Companies trained you to ignore it, to doubt yourself, to throw away perfectly good food and buy more. But now you know the truth. Expiration dates are a suggestion, not a commandment. They're about quality, not safety. They're designed to sell products, not protect you. And most importantly, you don't need them. Trust your senses. Save your money. Save the planet. And spread the word. Because right now, somewhere, someone is throwing away perfectly good food because of a meaningless date printed by a machine. If this video changed how you look at your fridge, smash that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started exposing the lies hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment. What's the oldest expired food you've eaten that was totally fine? I'll see you in the next one. And remember, the expiration date on this knowledge? Never.